Hello, I'm Father Gavin here at Loyola on the Potomac, and I'd like to share with you a very personal, a very special story about my own father. First, a quote from Scripture, Romans 8, verse 16. You received a spirit of adoption through which we say, Abba, Father. During my years in Chile, my parents began to visit me in 1978, and the final of many visits was in 1997. And by that time, my father was already showing signs of what we later knew to be Alzheimer's. And I took my parents to the orphanage I had been at the South. I took them to the therapeutic community where I was at that time accompanying youth getting out of drugs. And then they returned home. And in 1999, I had begun a program for the youth from the therapeutic community to come to the retreat house where I was working and to have spiritual retreats. And the youth there appreciated very much that service. Well, I needed money. And I wrote to my father and I said, Dad, I need some money if you could to help out with this retreat program. Now, one of the effects of the Alzheimer's on my father was he became always counting his money. He just thought he was going broke. He was deceived, but he needed to have the money in his hand or it didn't exist. And so asking him for money. But then the check came. He had signed it himself. My mother put a note, your father would not deny you anything. So that touched my heart. And that helped to keep the retreat program going for the youth. Well, in 2008, my mother was leaving the apartment to go to assisted living. My dad had died in 2002. And my brother and I were cleaning out what had been my mom's apartment. And we had everything cleaned out. And we're ready to leave. And I said, well, let me go back one more time and check that we have everything. So I went back to my mom's bedroom. And there in the corner, I saw a piece of paper. Went over, looked, it was the stub of the check. The stub of the check that my father had sent me the money. I see that as a miracle of the saint from Chile, Alberto Hurtado, who was an orphan and became the father of Chile. So that unconditional love I had from my dad, I would wish to especially emphasize as he was, as it were, fading into God with his Alzheimer's, God was still moving his heart.